Now that we're approaching the aftermath of the 6th anniversary, the fusion of Fabian, if it hasn't finished already, is about to finish. We're kind of towards the last bit, and Plarium wants to end this 6th anniversary party with a blast, with a lot of events that we have coming this weekend, and with some event that has been laid out in a bit of a weird way. Let's have a look at it. Hi, Senda here and welcome to another raid video. In this case, we are gonna talk about the next events that are coming over the weekend and as well what's coming kind of next week, what can we expect that's gonna be implemented in the game soon, and several events that, like I said, we're gonna have over the next coming days. If we come over to the game, we're gonna see especially two. I mean, I don't know exactly if the fusion for Fabian is finished already. I cannot see it here because I already fused him, but like in all fusions, we can expect one of these events. Let me find out this of the path, the hero's path. I think it's called Champion's Path. Basically, this is going to be the event where we're going to need to do something. I don't know yet. I don't know what yet. We don't know what yet until in 11 hours we're going to be able to know. But basically, we're going to be able to get Fabian's souls. I'm not sure if we're going to just get the 5-star soul straight away, or we're going to be able to collect the first star, second star, and so on. However, these kind of events, these hero paths events, are not known for being particularly easy, and mostly is going to be based on we need to open shards or we need to open souls. If we need to open souls, it's a bit of a pain in the ass and a very sneaky move because we still have this event, so people are completely dry of soulstones. So it's not gonna happen unless you completely skip this event and you had inside info that we were gonna need them here. I don't think so. I think based on the events that are lined up, that are gonna be some sort of get champions, open shards, something on those lines. Also, we have a lot of different events here, like we can see dungeon divers, we can see that we can get coins and quartzes and so on, and the same with this gear enhancement, nothing out of this world, something pretty simple, but like I said, we just finished the fusion. Resources are a bit scarce, especially in terms of shards and souls and so on. However, we have one tournament here that is a bit sneaky, or at least it's a bit out of the norm, and is this Fire Knight tournament. I think it's the first time I see one event has nothing to do with or at least not directly linked with the hero's path, but we can see here one key. This key is not a key for anything from the game. Like we can see that there's not that kind of key here. We don't need it for anything. That key, what it looks like to me, is that it's going to be used to unlock certain path in this after party path. So I'm not sure how much we're going to have to be farming, and it's not the easy one because we need to farm Fire Knight, which is not an easy dungeon, only with epic champions. Up to what point, I don't know, but we're going to be able to get one of these keys that we're going to be able to use on the path. I'm not sure if it's strictly necessary to get this key or not, but I guess in a couple of hours we're going to be able to see. But like I said, it's not normal that you get the items from one event that you need on another event. This on one side. On the other side, we have certain announcement from Plarium regarding the next events that we're going to have over the weekend. And it's a lot. It looks like they want to just end the 6th anniversary with a bang. And we planned, or we know, they planned at least 4 events, one for Friday, one for Saturday, one Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And is with pretty good champions. The problem is they're all times 15 events, no times 2 has been announced, so I'm guessing there is nothing this weekend. It's just a lot of times 15. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of times 15 events. That means that, I mean, there's nothing special about them. The chance of getting a champion or the chance of getting a legendary is exactly the same. For ancient shards and void shards, it's still 0.5. For sacred shards, it's 6%. And the red ones, but you better not touch them because they're only to be opened when there's some sort of event of increased chance in mythical champions. Other than that, it's a waste of shards. Keep these shards. All of the champions here, they're all pretty good. At least there's 1 or 2 that are really, really good in every of the pool, but we're gonna go quickly to have an overview of the champions that are coming every day in case you want to pull. Like I said, it looks like with this event and having a hero's path around the corner that we're gonna need to open shards in order to get points to go to Fabian, or at least to get to the souls of Fabian. So we have the first one is on Friday, so tomorrow, March 28th, we have Staltus, really cool champion for Dragon mainly. Hansel, Witch Hunter, he was the partner of, I think it was Halloween's last year. Really average. I mean, I don't want to insult him, but probably average champion at best. Cupidus coming to the late game is not very used, it's an okay champion, has certain uses. Valkyrie, at some point, she was the most sought after champion in the whole game. Nowadays, she's alright, it's not bad. I mean, don't get me wrong, she's still very powerful, but it's just not as valuable probably as she was like 3 years ago. Still a really cool champion for example, Fire Knight, normal and hard. I've seen her tanking the damage of the Fire Knight hard. If you correctly manage to set the speed to the correct timing when the boss is hitting you and you're counter-attacking, she can do a really good job. Lysandra, again, is it's a kind of speed champion, mainly for arena. Also, with the arrival of Siege, she's starting to be more important in Siege because, as you know, in Siege the arena speed auras they don't work there. You need to use auras that apply to all the content in the game. So in this case, Lysandra is a pretty good one. Cardiel, really cool champion, super versatile, is able to heal, to hit, allow ally attacks, revive on death, cleansing. I mean, he does a lot of things. To Hanarak, again, another amazing champion, especially super useful for Hydra. She's able to tank shitloads of damage, apply a lot of useful debuffs, really cool champion. And Baron is mainly known for his damage. Nowadays on the arena, we don't see him that much, because he's not able to ignore Stone Skin and stuff like that are meta nowadays. But all in all, a pretty cool champion. You can use him for clean waves, arena, there's a lot of places. Then on Saturday, we have Mighty Uko. Again, all fusion, still pretty complete champion. Mainly in late game, we're going to see him on Hydra. Sneak Track is not as complete, it's probably not as good as other champions, but it has a pretty interesting kit that is very useful in the Chimera. So probably I would say Chimera is his place. Gwendolyn the Silence, I've also seen her in Chimera. She's also able to apply certain buffs and debuffs that are quite interesting. Mainly, I think she's a Hydra champion. Artag, he was a free champion when Plarion was launching his animated series. He's a cool champion in every scenario where we need to apply HP burn and activate the HP burn. So you can call it spiders, Hydra, waves, Ice Golem hard. Is pretty cool champion for all of that. Korugar Death Bell, again, pretty complete champion. He doesn't see much game time. It's not bad. It's a pretty cool tank, but it's not the best one that's out there. Warlord, probably I was gonna say he used to be one of the best champions for arena. Nowadays he's seeing every time less and less play game. Like I said, he's still pretty cool champion, but probably is not the best. There's a lot of he kind of suffered a bit from power creep with the next champions that came after him. Leorius, again, an arena nuker. I'm not a big fan of him. He hits pretty hard, but he needs to be at 1% HP. It's pretty easy to counter him, to block his skills. It's not bad, he has good damage, but like I said, arena mainly. And Raka, very complete champion. She's gonna do a lot of work in Hydra, she's gonna do a lot of work in a lot of places, very complete champion. Then we get to Sunday. On Sunday we have Prince Kaimar, mainly used for arena and in speed farm setups, because he's able to restart, to reset allied champions' skills. Theodore the Savant, very good champion on late game, end game. He sees less gameplay. He's pretty weak to solo Dragon hard 10, but I think he's able to do like 7 or 8. Also on the early game, he's super powerful. On the early mid game, he can solo Golem, he can solo normal Dragon with, of course, like a very good set. Mashaled, very good champion also for Hydra. Mainly, he's able to give a lot of speed to your champions, and the Leech debuff. Tomb Lord, again, very complete. He doesn't see as much of a gameplay on the late game. He's very powerful, for example, on the Iron Twin Fortress. but he's also able to apply quite a lot of debuffs, a lot of poisons, decrease defense and decrease attack, I think. Badel Khazar, again, another champion that used to be very popular a lot of years ago. Nowadays, not as popular. He's a healer, but his kit kind of got very behind compared to new champions that are coming to the game. White King Narcissus, very powerful, mainly arena against Taras Marichka, and mainly not on his own. He needs to go with his partner, which is White Queen and Korra, which was a fusion. Valkanen, also again, there's a lot of mixed opinions. For some people it's really good, for some people it's not that good. I don't have him, so I don't know exactly how good or bad it is, but I don't see him being used too much. I would say mainly Hydra, mainly Arena, the main places where I've seen him, but it's not meta in any of the two places. And good old Heiji, still pretty good champion for any arena related content. Call it regular arena, call it live arena, 3v3, and Siege. Well, not in Siege also I think he's able to do it. He's a pretty cool champion, but again, is now with the stone skin meta, he sees less, he calls less attention. And finally, the last day, Monday 31st, if you still have shards after all these shenanigans of pulling, again, heavily power creeped. When he came out, he was very popular, very good. He's still pretty good against all Doom Tower bosses, but like I said, he doesn't see much light in the late game. I don't see why would I use him instead of all the champions that I have. Kael the Asharo, it's a natural counter to Armans. The problem he has is that if you choose him on live arena and the opponent is choosing Armans, probably he's going to be banned and probably you're going to ban Armans. But if in all the other arenas, if you see an Armans, he's a really cool counter. Horndick, again, old fusion. He's able to farm Nightmare Campaign. I farm Nightmare Campaign with him. Able to apply decreased defense, weaken, AoE, get extra turns, pretty complete. Oela, also pretty cool champion. She's very powerful in Iron Twin Fortress, and I think I've also used him in Amius, the boss of the Sintranos, the Cursed City. Michinaki, really powerful Hydra nuker with HP burns and some very good synergies with Hex. I don't have him, unfortunately, but it's a very good champion. Akritsia, the natural boss killer, she fits really good in Hydra, very powerful. Iron Twin Fortress, I use her. Dragon, she can see some gameplay there. Chimera, she's a very powerful champion overall, but mainly for PvE, don't bring her to arena. And Emic, also again another fusion, pretty powerful. He can set up unkillable setups. He's able to be the main target for the Shogun in case you have problems, very complete. And finally, Tormin Arena, one of the main arena champions. Again, he's seeing less game nowadays, but still a pretty powerful champion in arenas because he controls a lot. He's able to apply shit tons of freeze and also some provokes. So I think that's all the events that we have. Like I said, it's up to you if you want to open or not. It's not the best event. Like I said, the chances of getting the champions is exactly the same, but up to you. If you have to open because you're going full on for Fabian's soul, then so be it. That's all from my side. Thanks a lot for seeing the video. Here, a recommended one, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.